Hello and welcome on New Year's Eve. I've just been tinkering around in the garage and playing some radio. The bands are really active. I've been talking to Italy and all over the place. And I've got my little Morse code key set up that I showed you in the last video, and I've been playing with that. And then I thought I'm going to have a beer and I'm going to try the English Porter. This is from Brew Ferm, if you remember. It's a Belgian company, and they are mostly famous for their Belgian kit beers, which are meant to be excellent, but they also do like a World Series, and English Porter is one of them, and I'd like English Porters, so I thought I'm going to try this and see what it's like. Now, here's the thing. It's a 1.5 kilogram tin, but it only makes 12 litres. You add 500 grams of sugar as extra fermentables, and yeah, it only makes 12 litres, or according to the instructions, which creates a 7.5 or thereabouts beer. So it may be an English Porter, but they've kept the Belgium strength. Okay. I'm not so sure if this is quite ready. It seems to be taking its time carbonating. It's been in the bottle now at least over a week in warm environment, and it's almost there. So what I'm going to do today, because I want to try it, is use a nucleated glass. This one is a Staropramen, so not typical for the style, but it's nucleated. So I'm just going to open that. Well, there's a hiss. Oh, and there's some CO2 smoke, so that's a good sign. Yeah, it seems to have taken ages to carbonate. Whether that's something to do with the strength, I don't know. But let me give it a pour. I'll try a bit of aggressive pour. And with the nucleation, that should help. And it looks like it has. Perhaps a little bit too much. Maybe I didn't need a nucleated glass. Okay, so this is the beer. Obviously I poured it quite heavily, so I've got a nice 3 fingers here. I didn't need to do that. With it being nucleated, I could have got away with a gentler pour, but colour wise, a very, very deep reddish brown colour. It looks almost black when you hold it like this, but up to the light you can definitely see that there is some reddishness around the sides. Yeah, in fact the glass probably is the style of an English beer, you know, with the flagons and the mugs. I do have a barrel glass, and I thought of drinking it in that, the typical British pub barrel glass, but that's not nucleated, and I thought it did need a bit of help, but maybe not. But anyway, let's have a smell. Okay, only a light aroma, and it's obviously roasted malts there, sweet aroma, maybe a little floraliness, but it's all very muted in the aroma. There's not a lot there at all. Okay, let's dive in. Taste test. Oh, that's very nice. Now that is nice. There's a sweet malt flavour to it. It's not overly roasty. It's not like a stout. It's not overly bitter. There's very little bitterness to it. There is some roasted malts, but it's like on the sweeter side, not that astringent bitterness that you get from stouts. Then again, looking at the colour, they're probably not as roasted. But yeah, there's a I can't put my finger on it. There's like another taste there. a sweet taste that I haven't really tasted before, let's just say that, but it's pleasant. That is nice. I'm really liking that. I think I used US 05 with this. Yeah, it's a sweeter mild. Sorry, porter. It's a sweet porter. Medium bodied. Maybe pushing a little bit on the full body side. But it's got a definite sweetness to it. If it wasn't for that, the medium bodiedness, if it wasn't for there is a little bit of roastiness there, I would probably argue it was like a mild, but it's just gone a little bit further, so it is definitely in the porter territory. I think that sweetness is like caramel, but it's mixed with that roastiness, and that's why I couldn't put my finger on it. That's a decent pint, is that, to be honest. Now would I buy it again? No. No, I wouldn't. And the simple reason is this. I am going to buy some more Brew Ferms, don't get me wrong. Their specialty is the Belgian ales. Abbeys, triples, all that sort of thing. But they're a Belgian company, so that stands to reason. With the porter, it's really nice. It is a very nice beer, but I think there's better. In fact, to be honest, Cooper's one can kit do a very nice porter. And that one can kit, I think it's 1.7 kilograms with Cooper's. And then you add a kilogram of extra fermentables. But the can itself in the UK is about £15, 14 to £15. And with your kilogram of extra fermentables, that makes 23 litres. This 1.5 kilogram tin costs exactly the same amount of money. And then you add 500 grams of extra fermentables, and I think I just use the sugar that they recommend, dextrose. So this is no better than other porter kits on the market. St. Peter's do a cracker called Plum Porter. There's lots of porter stroke stout kits on the market that are very good, that come in a lot cheaper. This isn't stellar, it's not amazing, and for that reason, considering you're paying almost the same, or maybe a couple of quid that you save on the extra fermentables, it's not worth it. This, for how many bottles have I got? I've got 20 bottles from it, so it works out at something like 80p a bottle. 70 or 80p a bottle. For homebrew, that's expensive. You're looking at 50, maybe 60p. But when you get in the 70, 80p range, it has to be something magnificent. Now, I've heard the Belgian ales are really good, and so I'll try it again. This size, this 12 litres, 15 litre, is very convenient, to be honest. It's just they're charging the same as for kits that are equal, you know, they're comparable or even better, but you're getting 23 litres from that from those kits, and it costs you pretty much the same amount of money. So no, I wouldn't. As much as this is tasting very nice, I don't think I'd be paying for it again, because it's not spectacular. It's just a really nice, pleasant English porter that I could have got 23 pints off from Cooper's or from St. Peter's or somebody else. But I'll enjoy it, and I'll top it up as well. Well, it's New Year's Eve. Time for resolutions. I'm not really a resolutions man, but it's always good to think forward and what, you know, what the year may bring. personally, I want to make one dry malt extract beer in the kettle a month. I've got my books, so I've got no problem getting recipes. I've also got some computer software where I can convert all grain recipes to dry malt extract. So I've got no excuse. So I want to do once a month, at the start of every month, in fact I may start tomorrow or Sunday, I want to put on a dry malt extract kit, and then of course the next month I can review that one and put on another. So that's one of my resolutions. Another is I want to lose weight, which is pretty hard when you're a home brewer, right? I'll still be doing kits here and there. Kits are really convenient if you haven't got time, so in between I may put a kit on 1 month or two. But yeah, I want to lose weight. I want to lose about 10 kilograms over the year. So I'm about 100, I'm 6'4" by the way, but I weigh about 106 kilograms. I want to try and get that down to about 95, 96. That's where I feel comfortable. I suppose strictly speaking, BMI and all of that, I should be about 90. But I feel comfortable about 95, 96 when I used to be at that weight. So that's what I want to get back down to. So I'll probably be cutting down on the drinking. And another resolution of sorts, if you will, is I want to try and live a bit more sustainably, with less, a little bit more minimal. Not minimalist, but a bit more minimal. Simply because, I don't know, I think the weather's changing. Have you noticed something different today? No big jacket. It's the 31st of December and it's 15 degrees outside in the north of England. It's the warmest New Year's Eve ever. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, just before the pandemic started, it was February in the north of England, when it's usually 1 degree during the day, maximum, maybe 2 to 5, let's just be optimistic. There was 3 days where it was summertime, it was 24, 25 degrees. And I think it was over a weekend because people were sat out at the front of pubs. This is before the pandemic. They were sat outside in shorts and t-shirts, 25 degrees. In February, in the north of England. What's all that about? I think something is changing, something's happening, and just to try and do my bit is to live a little bit more sustainably and not be as perhaps materialistic, not wanting every single radio I see on the internet, thinking, oh, I want that. Just live a bit more sustainably, a little bit more minimally, and that's my other goal as well. So that's what I hope to do. Definitely be putting a dry malt beer on once a month, and I may video me brewing it, and then the next month you can see me tasting it. And of course that month you'll see that month's brew as well being brewed. Lose some weight, and live a bit more sustainably, a little bit more minimally. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure all year. I've really enjoyed making these videos. Hope you've enjoyed watching them, and I really hope you have a great new year. So bye bye for now, and I'll see you again in 2022. Cheers.